Have you ever wondered why some challenges seem so insurmountable, as if they were barriers that limit our lives? These difficult moments often carry a heavy emotional burden, and it is common to see them as failures or even insurmountable obstacles. But what if, instead, these challenges were seen from a new perspective? One that shows us that each obstacle is, in fact, an opportunity for growth. In today's video, we will explore Buddhist principles and how they can teach us to overcome these difficulties and transform what we consider failure into a path for personal development. These principles, present for centuries in Buddhist philosophy, bring wisdom that helps us see beyond difficult moments, revealing the hidden lessons that each one carries. The promise is clear. This video will help you understand how Buddhism teaches us to see life's challenges differently, to find renewed strength in them, and to learn to use each situation to strengthen ourselves. So, let's go together on this journey of self-discovery and overcoming, using Buddhist wisdom to transform our reality. Often, our first reaction to failure is disappointment. After all, we are taught to always strive for success, and when things don't go as planned, the feeling can be devastating. However, within Buddhist philosophy, these moments have a much deeper meaning. They are invitations to self-knowledge and emotional strengthening. For Buddhism, life's challenges function as mirrors that reflect our fears, insecurities, and even our limitations. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, we can see them as tests that bring essential lessons for our development. When we look at failure as an opportunity to learn, it stops being a burden and becomes a chance to discover new skills, qualities, and perspectives. An inspiring example of this vision is the story of Siddhartha Gautama, who faced extreme difficulties in his search for enlightenment. Instead of running away from pain and adversity, he welcomed them as fundamental parts of his path. This act of acceptance and resilience not only transformed his life, but also provided valuable lessons for everyone who came after him. So when we face failures, instead of avoiding or ignoring them, we can choose to learn from them. It is these lessons that make us stronger and more resilient. Now, let's dive into the principles that help us transform this mindset into practical action. To truly transform our outlook on challenges, we can use 5 fundamental principles of Buddhism. Each of them offers us a practical way to deal with difficulties and learn to see failure as an essential step on our path to growth. Principle 1. Acceptance of reality. Accepting reality is one of the pillars of Buddhism and is especially powerful in times of challenge. When we resist difficulties and fight against circumstances, we end up creating more suffering. Accepting reality, however, does not mean giving up, but rather understanding that certain situations are beyond our control and need to be lived as they are. Acceptance allows us to see what we can learn from each situation and prepares us to react with more serenity. For example, when faced with a problem at work, acceptance helps us to look at it objectively, identify what we can change and deal with what we cannot. In this way, challenges become experiences of growth, rather than just obstacles. Principle 2. Detachment from the ego. The ego often prevents us from dealing well with failures. It makes us crave constant control, approval, and success, and any deviation from this ideal causes us pain. In Buddhism, letting go of the ego means letting go of this idealized image of ourselves and accepting that mistakes are natural. The ego leads us to defend our mistakes rather than learn from them, or to seek to place blame on something external. By letting go of the ego, we can accept our failures as part of the human experience and focus on learning. Instead of feeling defeated, we can see failures as opportunities for self-discovery, adjusting our course without letting pride or fear of making the same mistake hold us back. Principle 3. Compassion for yourself and others. One of the most powerful principles in Buddhism is compassion, and this compassion must begin with ourselves. It is common for us to be harsh about our own mistakes, judging ourselves harshly when we fail. But self-compassion teaches us to embrace our failures with kindness, recognizing that everyone makes mistakes and that the path to growth is long and imperfect. Practicing compassion for yourself allows you to move forward with less guilt and a greater desire to try again. Practicing compassion for others is also important, because by understanding that everyone faces challenges, we become more understanding and supportive. When we forgive ourselves, we become stronger and better prepared to face new challenges. Principle 4. Living in the present moment. Many of our fears and frustrations are tied to the future or the past. We fear what might happen or regret what has already happened. Living in the present moment is a central practice in Buddhism and helps us face challenges with full focus. By living in the now, you reduce anxiety about what is yet to come and release the burden of past experiences. This principle allows us to deal with challenges as they arise, without projections or expectations that only increase suffering. If you face a setback, such as an unexpected change in plans, try to focus on what you can do in the present to deal with the situation in the best possible way. Life becomes easier and challenges less threatening. Principle 5. Mindfulness and meditation for mental clarity. Practicing mindfulness and meditation are essential tools in Buddhism and can be very helpful in difficult times. Practicing mindfulness involves being aware of each moment, without judgment or distraction. Meditation, in turn, allows us to observe our thoughts, better understanding our emotions and behavior patterns. Together, these practices help us to react to challenges with clarity and calm, reducing impulsiveness. If a difficult situation is overwhelming you, taking a few minutes to meditate can make a huge difference, helping you to face the problem with a calmer and more focused mind. When we get used to this practice, challenges become opportunities to apply this clarity to our actions. These principles offer a new way of looking at challenges and failures, allowing you to make the most of every difficult situation. Now, let's explore how these principles can be applied in practical ways in your daily life, so that you can start living this transformative mindset. Now that we've explored Buddhist principles, the question is, how can we incorporate them into our daily routine to face the challenges of our daily lives? Small, practical actions can transform these teachings into habits that change the way we respond to difficulties. First, a reflection journal is a great tool. Take a few minutes at the end of each day to write down a challenge you faced and what you learned from it. This helps solidify your practice of self-acceptance and compassion, and allows you to see how you've improved over time. Another helpful habit is to use mindful breathing in times of stress. When faced with an obstacle or problem, take a few deep breaths and bring your attention to the present moment. This helps your mind focus and prevents you from reacting impulsively, integrating the principle of mindfulness. Practicing morning meditation also helps prepare your mind for the day. Even 5 minutes of meditation can make a big difference, calming your thoughts and allowing you to start your day with clarity and focus. Incorporating these simple, repetitive steps will make Buddhist principles no longer distant concepts and become part of your daily life, making it easier to overcome challenges. By integrating these Buddhist principles into your life, you begin to experience a true inner transformation. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by difficulties, you begin to face them with resilience and confidence. With each challenge you overcome, you realize that you have developed a strength you did not know you had, and thus your fear of failure gradually transforms into courage to explore new possibilities. Among the most notable benefits are inner peace and self-confidence. Practicing acceptance and mindfulness reduces anxiety, while compassion for yourself strengthens your self-esteem. With a clear mind and a serene heart, you begin to see opportunities where you previously saw limitations. In addition, this new mindset opens doors to self-knowledge. Each difficult situation becomes an opportunity to discover something new about yourself, your values, and your limits, allowing you to grow from each experience. Finally, by viewing obstacles as points of growth, you transform your life into a journey of constant evolution. Now, it is time to conclude our journey and see how to take the first step in this transformation. We have reached the end of this journey on how Buddhist principles can transform the way we deal with challenges. Remembering that each obstacle brings a unique opportunity for learning and growth, I encourage you to choose one of the principles discussed and apply it in your daily life, even in small doses. Whether it is acceptance, detachment from the ego, or the practice of mindfulness, the important thing is to take the first step. Share your experiences and reflections in the comments. With each challenge overcome, you will be closer to living a fuller and more conscious life. Now it's up to you. With Buddhist principles, you have the tools to transform every challenge into an opportunity for growth. Remember, the journey to self-knowledge begins with a simple step. If this video helped you, share it with someone who can also benefit from this transformation. Leave a comment telling us how you apply these teachings in your life, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on how to find purpose, strength, and motivation. Until next time, may you always move forward, overcoming each obstacle with wisdom and courage.